Hello, my beautiful Leos. How are you? How are you dealing with the energy so far? We have like 6 planets in Aquarius just across our chart, and quite frankly, I am Leo too. My head is like um, it's going to burst, and I don't know what I'm gonna do about this. I don't feel very well. My seven chakra is like I feel like it's gonna split in two, and so is my sixth chakra, and my head is gonna split in two. I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, it's gonna blow up my brain at the end with all these planets. This is how I feel the energies. They are so heavy. I thought that I was sick, but I wasn't after all, I think. And let's see how it's going to roll until the end of this month, February. These energies are going to follow us all throughout this year, 2021. And all these activities in our seventh house. It's all about relationships, the seventh house, contracts, and new people coming to cooperate if it's in business or on personal based relationships, marriages, and it just mirrors everything back in ourselves, because the first house that we are as Leos across the Aquarius, all these Aquarian energies, it's like mirroring everything, and probably this is why my head is like that, and I hope that it's not so heavy on you. I also have my moon on Aquarius, and it's driving me crazy. The moon was the closest to Earth on the 4th of February also, and it was intense around these days. And let's see, now on the 11th, in a few days, we have a full moon, also in Aquarius, also in the 7th house. What can I say? There's a new beginning in our relationships. A lot of Leos are gonna meet someone very special to cooperate or have a new relationship with, or take the relationship into a new level, like engaging or getting married and all of that. And since all these energies are going to follow us throughout the next at least 10 to 20 years until the next Jupiter Saturn conjunction, these energies are going to be very, very much intense, and all that are in square with Mars, Uranus, and Lilith in the 10th house, the house of career, business, and powerful people, structures, status. If you are getting married, let's say, the status also changes in our lives, that the status that we are in. So new things are coming from our relationships that are affecting our 10th house, the house of career, of fame, of honors, achievements. And we may have like a partner and who is also a partner in a business. This is going to turn out very well. If Elio is divorcing now, he's gonna have a new partner in life. There's no doubt about this very soon, because 7th and 10th house, who are related to relationships with power people and with husbands or wives that are career oriented and working together as a team to achieve things, and make things happen in general, are so activated, especially all this year with those squares from the 10th house, which is Taurus there, and Aquarius and Taurus are in square, and it has to do a lot with money, with achievements and assets also, and the career concerning all that. And I don't know what is gonna happen. I mean, a lot of Leos are gonna have a lot of responsibilities, more responsibilities than usual, because Leos in general are not afraid of taking up responsibilities. And the Saturn Jupiter conjunction that happened on the 21st was like a confirmation of all of that, and the seal is being stabbed now. It's like a stab now, all this stellium happening, all the planetary alignment that is happening now. It's like we have entered the age of Aquarius, and not now. I think it was much more, we have entered like gradually, especially from 2012, in this new era, but now it just sealed there, and there's no turning back. We are in the future. We are in the future that we were dreaming of. And these two houses, the house of career and powerful people, and the the 7th house of cooperation and partnerships, are going to be the fundamental houses that are going to rule your path in the next 20 years. This year and the next 2022 are going to show you how things are going to turn out, and the direction that all these are happening, I believe. So pay attention to these two houses, make some clearing up, some spring cleaning, all that in all these energies, and you're going to see a lot of transformation and gains out of this on any level, like a personal level, emotional level, professional and financial. Work with these energies, and you're gonna win, because Jupiter is there, and is very in Jupiter in the 7th house, especially if you are not only Sun or Moon Leo, but especially if you are ascendant Leo. So pay attention to this. It's like a new beginning in all that, in these aspects of your life, in these houses. So what else we have on the 18th? The Sun enters Pisces in your 8th house, and Venus is going to follow in on the 25th. And the 8th house is all about sex, death, rebirth, transformation. See, transformation, sex, and relationships on a deepest level, like on a very deep soul level, are all elements of the 8th house. Like the people that were going to appear in your life are going to be very much connected to you in a very profound way, and they are like your partners in crime in everything that you want to achieve during the next 20 years at least. And Aphrodite is also there in the 8th house, and it's going to bring a lot of help, and a lot of light is going to be shown in all the elements of the 8th house. It also has to do with everything that has to do with mysteries and metaphysics, and merged energies, and energy healing, bonding, as we said, on a deepest level, soul level. And on a more mountain place and level, the 8th house also rules other people's money and property. Like if you are an investor, it's going to be very active month, the next month there with Sun and Venus in Pisces. Although keep in mind, because Venus also rules except of love, finances, so it's going to be very beneficial if you are thinking of investments, investments, alimonies, partners' income, taxes, loans, real estate, inheritances, and all these kind of things. The eighth house also has to do with government and taxes, and you can make like some very good movements there and change the rules of the game there, or making, what did that come from? Venus there is gonna be very helpful for your love life. If you felt a little bit down lately, it's gonna be very beneficial for you in the 8th house. A lot of research also is gonna be and light is gonna take place with mysteries, things that are happening around you and you didn't see so far, and they're going to be much more prominent, especially when it comes to finances and other people's finances as well. And Venus there is going to be very helpful. Be mindful, around the 19th, Venus is in square with Mars. This is activating the 7th and the 10th house also. And in relationship, this is activated, and Saturn, and on the 17th, Saturn and Uranus is going to be on a square. So a week before and a week later, if you want to pick a fight, it's an excellent time to do so, and get divorced and all that. This is a very nice time. But if you don't, I suggest that you take care of your business and don't get into fighting with your partner, any kind of partner, you know. On the 21st, Mercury turns direct, and during this retrograde period, you may have some people returning to you from I don't know where, and you may have to decide whether you're going to keep them or not. If it's not returned, you may do some rescheduling and replanning in projects and anything that you are working on right now. It is a very good time to make any readjustments of your schedules and your planning in any kind of project, and to finish up some project, because new things are going to come up after the 21st. By the end of the month, Jupiter and Saturn, who are invisible, and Mercury are going to be visible again, and the new things are going to start. Be also mindful that Venus is invisible, so it will remain invisible until the 24th of April. Around this time, and until then, a lot of like monkey business may happen in your love life or in your finances. Just keep an eye on that there is also this element. Yes, Venus is going to be in your 8th house of love and other people's finances and or bonding in the deepest level and sex, but be mindful of people that are around you. For all that there is something that is not exactly clear, you know. On the 27th, there's a full moon in Virgo in your 2nd house, another financial house, except of the 8th. This is values, this is personal values, self-esteem, kind of energy there in the 2nd house, and finances, your own finances that coming from your work and your assets. How much money? Virgo is gonna be there, and she's gonna put everything in order. This is what Virgo does, and it's such a good sign that we have Virgo there, because it's very good for Leos, because we Leos are too much generous in general, and we shouldn't be like that. So these are the energies. You can see this video all this year and reflect on that for whatever else you may need, because the energy that we're seeing here are gonna follow us. You know, they won't stop in February. So yeah, I'm a little bit late with these videos, but it's a helpful video in general, and this is why I'm doing this, because my friends who don't speak Greek at all have asked me for English speaking videos, and they're not that many yet, at least, but they say that they need some direct message and video that they can reflect and see whatever they need, you know. So these are the energies from the astrological aspect, and let's see how all that are going to manifest in our reality for Leos, Sun, Moon and Ascendant. So this is February, like early March maybe, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of thoughts. You are a little bit in your mind thinking of money and work. The Seven of Swords and the Six of Swords says that you're trying about things, but you don't have the effect that you would like. Perhaps you're not trying that much because there is an instability in your efforts for some kind of reason. Like in my case, I wasn't feeling very well these days. And yes, I was like in a stable effort these days. I wasn't very good with all these headaches and not feeling very well. And but here there's going to be more successful days coming your way. I think that after this stellium is finishing, after the 15th, 17th, like after the 21st, when Mercury turns direct, I know there are like 15 more days, but honestly, this is the last stellium. I mean, we started on the December of 19th, and now it's the final month of all these alignments of all these planets all together that were happening all these months. So it's the last very, very tough month, and you know, where the energies are shifting. Some are moving, perhaps moving house also in some other place, like more natural environment. And here is the Empress. The Empress is also speaking of beauty, of abundance, of feeling very, very nice in yourself and feeling beautiful. There's beauty coming your way, especially after the new moon, what's happening on the 11th. On the 11th and 12th, with the new moon in Aquarius, we're going to have Venus, Sun, Mercury, Athena Pallas, Zeus and Saturn, and the moon there in Aquarius. These are 7 planetary objects there in Aquarius. And this is going to be the escalation of all these energies. So be mindful of these energies, yeah. And we're going to have more success around this time, by the middle of the month, going on to the 20th. And we're going to have much more gains out of what we are trying to make out of our work. It's hard work, and the gains are not that much. They're going, you know, we could use some more coins there, but we are having what we saw, you know. Balance, more harmony with the Two of Pentacles by the 21st, that Mercury turns direct. Zeus is going to appear in the sky, and Saturn is going to appear in the sky again, and Mercury, and some balances is the question of the end. around the end of the month. And where these energies you see, the sea here is a little bit more wavy, and it's yeah, you're trying to keeping this balance, but it's not exactly what you were striving for. But at the end of the month, it's going to be much more balanced, and these fine elements of peace are going to be much better, in equilibrium. More peaceful times are coming by the end of the month, hopefully. So let's see some more elements here. The Knight of Wands, that's more passion in your way, Leo, and it is a Leo fire energy card, so I'm going to put it here with the lion. Oh my God, what is happening? My hands are too small. I cannot even hold the deck properly. So let's see the Seven of Swords. It has to do a little bit with some more not exactly truthful energy, not being true to yourself, not being true to others, others not being true to you. It's not only about your efforts in work or in love. It's, a general energy of air. The swords have to do with air a lot, with mind, being in your mental body, being in your mind all the time, not letting yourself relax a little bit. Overthinking is the energy of too many swords. And we have 3 swords here out of the 6 cards, and the Eight of Pentacles and Death. So talks about the end of a relationship, of a cooperation, I think, because it's all about work. The Eight of Pentacles, it's a work environment, and the end of a cooperation, something that this is also the new energies here in Aquarius in our 7th house. Also may bring divorces or ending of cooperations, so that something new can come up over the next 2 years that is much more fundamental. Moving away from an old situation may bring the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands, like more money, but more burdens also, like a lot of responsibilities, more responsibilities. The truth is that yes, Leos are going to have a lot of responsibilities, because in the new era they're going to have to deal with the finances, because Aquarius cannot hold finances. It is a fact, and it's going to show very much during the next months on a collective level. So he's going to have to deal with the finances. I'm not going to say anything more on that more right now. So a lot of responsibilities for Leos, not all, but it's going to be a culmination of things. And yes, it has to do a lot with a cycle closing, but with more abundance in money, more gains in money, more responsibilities, new things happening. If it's in import, export, and commerce, this is a commercial card a lot, the 6 of spades, and more money. A partner leaves that perhaps he wasn't honest, and perhaps you couldn't trust him, and more money are coming. You have a lot of work to do on your own right now, but it's going to be better financially for the business, let's say, or the house. If you have like a partner, a wife, or a husband that is not very, is not giving anything in the house, by leaving the house, you're going to have less expenses, and your income is gonna show, you know. The Empress here is thinking of messages, is thinking of communication that is keeping her in some sort of a self-imposed prison here with the Eight of Swords, you see, this element, and the Eight of Wands has to do with communication. A lot of communication, perhaps she is obliged to be on social media all day and have a lot of people around her that keeping her always very much in you know, in action and having to deal with a lot of communications, and she feels a little bit you know, entrapped in all this situation, or some messaging or some communication with a person may entrap her in some way, and she needs to get out of this cycle of communication that doesn't go perhaps anywhere, because if it went somewhere, she wouldn't be in the Eight of Swords energy, you know. Let's see the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Pentacles brings the Nine of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Yes, she feels that she's giving more. You know, this is the same story. See, this Empress feels that she gives more than she takes, and she's all in this defensive energy of the Nine of Wands, or something that creates a lot of trauma in her and it wounds her. The Nine of Wands is the Heron card, and Heron is all about wounds, and this whole situation is keeping her in a cycle of communication that is not serving her anymore, and she needs to get out of that and heal herself. And as a Queen of Swords, she takes the swords and she cuts these cords, these energetic cords that keeps her blocked and locked in this vicious cycle of the Eight of Swords. Reaching the 21st, let's say, of the month, the Two of Swords and Justice promises, and the Hierophant for sure brings equilibrium, protection, and peace of heart. She has help from the spiritual world, and there is help from high power people to get herself into an alignment with much more better energies, more peaceful energies, more stable energies, more abundant energies, and justice is going to be served to her for what she has managed to accomplish in the past, and now justice is served for her with the Hierophant and Justice card. The Two of Swords brings us the Six of Cups and the Page of Wands. Now, this lady is like, this is reminiscence of some situation she's in. This is why she's blindfolded. She has a decision to make, but she's not making it because she's in her mind remembering the good times that she has passed with someone, like a friend from the past or a lover, but some new messages perhaps, some memories that keeping her entrapped in there. The Page of Wands brings news. I will draw another card for the Page of Wands. The Three of Wands. The Three of Wands shows new doors opening and new opportunities opening for her in the future, or him, you know. These are energies that not entirely for women, although most of my viewers are women, but you may be a guy, and this can apply to you. The Three of Wands, new opportunities coming your way. Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn are visible again in the sky, and new things are coming your way. Let's see some more supportive energies and some advice from this energy oracle cards here. I think even with these cards, you know, even with the cards, these energies are going to follow you, I think. Perhaps by the middle of the March. And you're going to see patterns of it throughout the year also. The sun. There's a very bright future for Leos. This is a Leo card, and this is a sun card, like success. Even if now it's not visible, you cannot see it, you're saying, oh my God, I mean, I have a headache all day with all these planets, you know, playing with my nerves. I have nothing is working with my partner, just stole money from the counter, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, but success is coming. The sun will be brighter very, very soon, and you're gonna see how this will turn out. The seat again, you see, there is an energy of some person that is not truthful, either it's in business or love. There's gonna be more action, possibly by after the 21st. I feel the action coming your way, and the first chakra is getting activated, and Archangel Michael, that's protection on a physical level. The first chakra is the root chakra. It's in our cogix. I don't know if I'm pronounce it correctly. It's in our base of our spine, this chakra, and it's all about abundance. It's all about money and successful on the material world, and which brings us the fundamental principle of security. This is all about this. When we're chasing money, it's because we are asking and longing for security. This is all about, but Archangel Michael says, I have your back. Don't worry. Don't worry about matters of the material world, because I have your back. Just trust me, you know. This is what Archangel Michael says. So these are the elements. There's going to be some passion also coming your way with the Knight of Wands for some ladies out there. Or even if you are a guy, like more passionate knights, these squares may be crazy elements and energies, but can also bring a lot of passion. Yes, passion. Yeah. See you next month. Love you. Bye bye.